All right. I think I'm on. I don't know how any of this works. I'm still learning. Hi, everybody. Where am I? I don't seem to appear. Uh, Hello! There we are. Okay. Um, oh, yeah, I was messing around. So on Mondays, I'm going to be streaming, at this point, Amiga games, probably just various 80s computer games over the summer. On the Kane and Lynn. Bah, very tired, but that should make this even more fun. On the Kane and Rinse Twitch stream, I just double checked my profile to make sure I actually was on Jesse Fuchs's. That'd be very embarrassing. I just popped up on there. Hopefully, no one is. I don't think anyone's on there right now. So at least I didn't hijack it. But I'm just going to make sure. Yes, I just popped up on there. Hopefully, no one. I am live right now, and I am hearing myself, and it's very disconcerting. And no more of that. But I will pull it up on the iPad, where I can keep track of the exciting chat among my, probably at this point 0, but maybe up to 1, if the night goes well. It doesn't matter. I need to play all these games because I'm teaching a class in the fall, and this keeps me honest. Okay. How do you? Okay, there I am. Hi, me. Block or report me? It's tempting. All right. Anyway, I'll leave the chat up there. I guess I can go back and forth. Right. Clips, info. I don't know how this works, man. I'm an old man. I just want to play some Atari games. So yes, tonight I think. Well, I can't say I'm too tired to think. Because I am going to try Riddle of the Sphinx, which is a fairly complex Atari game, so complex. Oh, right, I'll have to set the second joystick up, or I'll just do it on the keyboard, but right, it is in fact a 2-joystick game. One joystick cannot handle all of the complexity of Riddle of the Sphinx. The second joystick, as I recall, is for sort of choosing through your inventory. But as you can see, I've got manuals here. We can look through these. And yeah, I think I will try some Imagic games, some of which I've played before. I did play a bunch of Riddle of the Sphinx as a kid. I really like this game. We'll see if it holds up. I think it'll at least be interesting. I mean, it's got a lot going on for a 1982 game, and it's not slow. Well, I mean, it's not incredibly fast. But usually games with this much complexity end up being kind of theoretical, like the Raiders of the Lost Ark game. But this is sort of an action RPG in its own way. And you can see you get all sorts of cool items, like an herb, a tannis leaf, and a spade. And you meet Anubis, and don't run into him. But do run into Isis, because, yes, you approach her from below, and you kiss her feet to show your grateful respect. It's a very wholesome game. When you succeed in pleasing Isis, and this is not always the case, a bell sounds. The prince's wounds are healed, his thirst is quenched. When he pleases her, and he is not wounded or thirsty, didn't mean the same thing in 1982, she might then bequeath him again. But yeah, this is the good old difficulty levers. This is not as complex a game, I suppose, as Space Shuttle, which uses the difficulty levers as more controls. That's what's sorry, I think that might be a little loud. But yeah, one super interesting thing that I like talking about in class is the fact that, I mean, it's commonly the case, right? That as these systems die, I mean, like what Kirby's Adventure for the Nintendo is 1993, as is, I think, Mayhem and Monsterland on the Commodore 64, which are definitely two of I mean, Kirby's Adventure is really good. I don't know how great Mayhem and Monsterland is, but certainly technically impressive. And is until you get to sort of modern hobbyist hackers doing 10-line program competitions or whatever, is kind of the pinnacle of like, yeah, we have delved into the Commodore 64 and figured out everything this thing can do given its fact it was made in 1982 and its constraints. And the same with Nintendo and Kirby's Adventure. These are both games that come out really on the tail end. Sensible World of Soccer on the Amiga in 95 or 96 probably falls in this category, though I'm less familiar with that because that's pretty purely European. Shadow of the Colossus on PS2, is really pushing limits at the end of that's life, etc. Right? And there's added poignancy because, of course, with those systems, they're sort of on their natural lifespan. It's like Philip Roth writing one last banger or something. Whereas with the Atari, of course, 1983, not a good year for people making Atari games. But you get a lot of really good ones. Like this is 82, but in 83 you get like Keystone Capers, and Pitfall 2 is maybe even 84. I'm too tired to really remember all of these off the top of my head, and I need to get more of this stuff in OpenEMU. But there's I think Dolphins 83, which is a somewhat limited game but really fun. But yeah, I mean, it's again this thing of like they're still exploring the system. The market considerations are looking terrible, but that doesn't mean they're forgetting how to program the thing and not learning new stuff. So at various points, the class is computer games, not video games. But the first week is platforms, where I explain the 17 different computer types that were all incompatible with each other. Which in a way is kind of the main defining characteristic of the 80s, is just the Tower of Babel. And then the next 2 weeks, partly because our labs are at the same time as one of the recitations of Games 101's labs, but in the first 2 weeks, Games 101 is doing like Origins, I think it's called, or Classics, Origins, where they play like Go, chess, and Mancala, which they do not need the computer library for. And then the second week is sports, where they either like watch a game or they go. Sometimes we try to make them play basketball. But either way, those are the 2 weeks that there's no conflict. So, and because for the computer game stuff, I can just we have like 3 or 4 computers. We've got a Commodore 64, an Amiga, an Apple II. I'm going to try to get an Atari 800 over the summer. But right, I can wheel those into the classroom on their carts, and then everything else is like, unfortunately, most of the students have to just play in emulators. But this semester, I am making them, getting the best prices on some Atari joysticks and converters, and in lieu of a reading, having to buy a textbook because it's like a bunch of PDFs of magazines off archive.org mostly, and like links to Jimmy Mayer articles. There's going to be like a $40, like you got to get a real joystick and you got to get the little adapter for the joystick. Because even if you're playing no console games whatsoever, just Atari 800, Commodore 64, it's still like, you can't play Archon on a keyboard. It just doesn't work. I played a bunch of Paradroid for that Cane and Rinse episode, and I mostly played it on my laptop. This is before I got a joystick with the keyboard, and like it was fine. But when I actually went down to the game center and played it on the actual Commodore, it was great in general because it's on the CRT, monitor with the actual Commodore, etc. But really, it was this that made the experience way different, just like controlling the ship and stuff. So, because I now have a joystick, I'm getting some paddles soon. Figured I'd celebrate by playing some actual Atari games. Now, I'm going to keep talking, because why not? I'm just talking to myself at this point, but for posterity, for future civilizations. It is weird how long this thing, it's weird how long these last, in the sense of they are, like the Atari 2600, built like a tank. And I suppose there's about 100 million of these out in the world. It's some insane number, right? Because they did end up selling 20 or 30 million Ataris at the end of the day. Internationally, a lot of those post-crash, you get them in, I think they were big in Brazil in the mid-80s, I seem to recall. Anyway, but somewhere out there are a lot of these. So it's not like they're precious gems. I was able to get 2 of these in basically not new condition, but perfectly functional condition off eBay for like with shipping. I think it was 35, something like that. So, you know, and the panels, I think like 25, 30 with shipping. Yeah, it's amazing how long this was the central controller, right? Like, the Apple II had its own proprietary controller, and it actually had 2 buttons on it, and that is why if you want to play Choplifter or like Karateka, really, even though the Apple II doesn't have, say, sprites or other of the accoutrements of playing action games you'd expect, I really do believe the controller kind of trumps everything, and you need those 2 buttons for those games to really flow as well as you want them to. And Choplifter looks good on it anyway. It looks like Choplifter. But yeah, everything else. I mean, and then DOS people generally just didn't have joysticks. Everything else used the Atari, and that includes, so that's like the console, the Atari 800, the Commodore 64, but also 99% positive the Atari ST. Yeah, it must have. We don't have one of those, and the Amiga. Right, and the Amiga, and I talked about this, I think I mentioned this on the Cane and Rinse, but just the weirdness of like Paradroid 90 is the Amiga version, and Paradroid is a wonderful game. We talked about it a bunch, generally liked it. And it doesn't necessarily need a second button. It kind of does, but like you can at least make a game design argument that having on one button increases a certain kind of tension. But boy, I would like a version where I can shoot with one button and do the transfer with the other. But that's just not going to happen, and it's not going to happen on an Amiga in 1990 because the Amiga is still using the 1977 or earlier. Actually, it was, the prototype is like I think 75 for like a standalone console to just play tank on, which becomes the combat cartridge essentially. And then, like, yeah, at some point, I'm going to go down to the Game Center and stream Bennett Foddy teaching me Sensible World of Soccer 95, 96. Because I have never played that game. I've only seen, like, screenshots. But I'm kind of just in theoretic. I mean, it was apparently one of the great Amiga games. But I'm also just fascinated by the fact that it is one of the great Amiga games. And in 1995, people are still playing it with, like, the PlayStation is out by then, right? Like, I mean, you which doesn't yet have the dual analog joysticks, but like we're approaching, Nintendo 64. Like we're at least getting into the realm where the modern controller with its whatever 15 buttons that all once you learn where they are fairly, we basically figured out how to have a bunch of stuff going on and not be totally overwhelmed by it. Unlike, say, the Intellivision or the ColecoVision, which did try having a lot of buttons, but mostly it was like, 2 buttons, or these might even the same button on the Intellivision, but you just have a big keypad. Yeah, keypads have not survived as well. But yeah, the good old Atari joystick. Anyway, I've talked enough. Let's play some games. So, the first game I think I'll play to warm up, because it's certainly the one I'm most comfortable with, is a good, dopey shooting game. I think this is maybe Imagic's bestseller, Demon Attack. There we go. Oh, God. Now we're in it. And, yeah, you attack some demons. And they attack you, to be fair. Okay, is there a way to... Okay, let's lower the volume there. I feel like that. It was overwhelming me. Probably overwhelming you. There's no, Atari games, no music, just sound effects. So, also, of course, why make it ugly? Let's go full screen. All right, here we go. I'm not blocking anything with my big head, right? No, I have 3 lives. You can see that. So... Okay. I was looking away because I was adjusting the mic. Okay, I'm dying a lot. Well, this is a warm-up game. But yeah, you can see that there's always 3 of them. They're coming from a limited stock. And, so far, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's impressive that they move in this kind of herky-jerky way on a 2600, but, like, why was this a hit game that I played a lot of and people were excited about? Well, because you get different enemies, which, you know, for a 2600 game is very exciting. The fact that, like, the next wave isn't just the same guys, but faster. This guy shoot these things, which are actually kind of easier, actually, as I recall from being a child. Ooh, I got a free guy. Now they get faster. Alright. Eat it. Oh, God. Well, I took him with me. Bob and weave. Right. For some reason, this guy, must be some reason that guy doesn't shoot. Okay, so now these guys, as I recall, yep, they split into two. So kind of, I think Galaga's, yeah, Galaga, well, Galaxian certainly was out, but I think I don't know if they fly at you in Galaxian, I don't remember. But yeah, Galaga must be 81, right? So, clearly, I mean, but again, impressive that they can even do a Galaga thing in this game. The rising tone is very up. That was, you know, and you know, bad strategy here. I got 6 guys, but they're not all shooting at me. I feel like the only reason I'm alive is technical limitations that only the lowest one can or will shoot at you. I don't know what happens now. Maybe we can just exist in harmony. Dum 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 dum. I wonder what I sound like. I can't tell. But yeah, okay, well, you know, the dramatic arc of this game, I believe it did come out in other versions, like on Intellivision or whatever. I wonder if it's harder because they can, like, have more than one thing shoot. I guess the idea is, but, I mean, it's hard enough. I guess the idea is, I don't know, there's always a bottom one, right? Until you clear out the stock. Okay, no. Did they just fly off? Am I safe from you forever? Or alternately, I don't get those points, I guess. But yeah, I can't really think of another Atari 2600 game that has this varied opponents in this way. And there are a few more tricks up their sleeve. Obviously, it inevitably cycles. We'll see if I get that far. Probably not. And so, yeah, now you get, well, now it combos it up. You get the little froggy guys turning into the birds. So that's exciting. But yeah, I do always recall as a kid finding these, you can actually have kind of 4 rows essentially on the screen. That's exciting. You are hard. But you're also very predictable. But yeah, I remember always thinking, the froggy guys, when they're lasers, not actually as hard as the shooty. Yep, I'm going to get my comeuppance. No comeuppance. Maybe some comeuppance. Okay, I want to see what comes next! I'm not going to see what comes next. Well, that was exciting. Also, my Twitch stream still says that this is Cinema-Aware and Mark of the Unicorn, which is not true, so maybe I should take a moment to fix that. I don't know how to fix that. Wait. All right. Standing by. Let's see. I hit the button. I'm off the channel. Hey, look, it's then I can hear myself. That's so good. I did that. Magic games. Yeah. All right. Not necessarily a lot. Let's get back to it. All right. So next game. I mean, I guess I could. You get the idea with Human Attack. There's not The enemies aren't that much more exciting. So, next one, I guess I could, you get the idea. Oh god, I'm hearing myself on a 10-second delay. That is not good for your mental health. All right, enough of you. There's Atlantis, which I have not played. There's Dragonfire, which I have. Fathom. Riddle of the Sphinx, which I will save. And Trickshot. Let's take a look at... Well, it's probably not good. But it's probably also figure-outable. Let's find out. Okay. Let's see if I can take the Trickshot. What if I do it here? Almost? Hey, you know. I mean, come on. Okay. And it stays there, and a new ball appears. I mean, this seems competent. Well, I mean, not me. I just seem to hit the button and it shoots, so that it doesn't seem like there's any sort of, leaderboard, you know, the length of time I hold it down. Or maybe, I did hold it down for longer there. Come on, you can do it. Yep. You're trying to have 4 balls on the screen at the same time. That is not good for your health. Okay. I mean, but this, again, a magic... Let's see what happens if I hold it down for a long time. Is it faster? Nope, I scratched. Duh. Unpleasant. It feels like it is at least trying to set me up for shots that in theory can be taken. Okay, yeah, that was me just tapping the button. Okay, I take it back. This does have a sophisticated, you know, relatively. The longer I hold it down, the harder I shoot, kind of thing. Let's do there. You want to get to go there, and then, you know, there. Yep. I'm not great at pool games in general. I have a pretty mediocre sense of physics. I played a fair amount of Zach H's pocket pool. I forget what it's called. Pocket pool something. Pocket run pool. That's it. And, you know, I'm okay at it, but I will definitely not be entering any tournaments. But as God is my witness, I'm not playing this game until I at least sink 1 ball. Come on. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. There we go. Not the ball I intended, but a ball. And I'm probably going to scratch, right? No, okay. So it's 1 me, 1... how about there? How about there? Well, that was a trick shot. Hey, and it could tell. Look, I got a trophy. Hooray for me. And that somehow seems to have ended the game. I don't have the manual for this one, so we're going to leave this a mystery, I suppose. But embrace the mystery. All right. Let's take a look at Cosmic Arc. Okay, so it's going to be a very educational thing, because we're going to just look through a manual. Yeah, my streams are going to not be exciting, but hopefully they're edifying. So let's find out whether that's true. So Cosmic Arc, let's see. The sun of Alpha Rho is fading fast. You know, it'll flicker out. Bad. The Cosmic Arc, oh, okay. See, I've heard about this game for literally, 35 years more, and I didn't really realize it was an arc like Noah's Ark. We're saving creatures from doomed planets in that solar system. I didn't really think about it. There's also the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Maybe it's a chest or a box or something. I guess arcs are just containers of some kind. I don't really know the definition of an arc. They're Bible-y. Anyway, so race to save creatures from doomed planets in that solar system. Sure. Meteor showers bombard the Ark, threatening its Atlantean crew. Ooh, I wonder if this is a sequel. If this, maybe this is like XCOM 2. Oh, wait, yeah, here we go. Can the Cosmic Ark repopulate the ocean metropolis? The saga can. Excuse me, so my brain is so exploding with the shared, the Imagic expanded universe. Is Trickshot set in this? Is my failure to sink the ball what has caused the calamity? Was I shooting the sun? How does this all connect? I can't tell you how delighted I would be if all of these games were actually connected, but I don't think so, because here we're getting a different plot. But yeah, and just more and more tenuous. Demon. Actually, I guess demon attack. The demons attack Atlantis. They eat the sun of Alpha Rho. Cosmic Ark saves them. Then you got to go back to Atlantis. Atlantis is on Earth. I mean, that's what I was taught in school. So I don't know what Alpha Rho's doing here, but okay. But anyway, let's see. So threatening the Atlantean crew and planetary defense systems make this mission of mercy doubly treacherous. Time and energy slip away, weak, faster, these defenseless little beasties will disappear for all time. So this really is a Save the Animals Ark game. Can you succeed in saving the many helpless creatures of Alpha Rho? Can you survive? It has traveled thousands of light years. Okay, is the Cosmic Ark from Earth, I guess? So we're saving creatures from other solar systems because we're nice. Sure, that's good. It's kind of, Star Trek. And each planet has an automatic defense system. I thought the planet is dying. That's not great planet design, but okay. How many planets can you reach? Pilot the Ark through dangerous territory, destroy meteors that come too close. You score your showing you eliminate a meteor if you survive it. Okay, so there's 2 phases. Get through the meteor shower, launch the shuttle to the surface of the planet, capture 2 beasts in your tractor beam, be quick, get back to the Ark, watch out for the defense systems that will try to disable. I'm getting all sorts of images in my head that this is not going to live up to. But that's the point of an Atari game, really. Game ends when you exhaust your star field. Okay. I think I know how this stuff works, but 6 Cosmic Ark games. That's not the 112 of Space Invaders, but Right, 2 phases. To fire, lean joystick in the direction you wish to fire. Note, red button does not fire a weapon. What does the button do? I guess nothing. I guess you're just... So the first phase is essentially like Bedlam on the Vectrex. So you're just shooting in all directions. Okay. I can handle that if I survive. Use my joystick to launch the shuttle to the planet's surface. To launch it from the Ark, pull it towards me. The shuttle ship maneuvers easily. Well, I'll be judge of that. To approach it, okay, move it left, move it left. Okay. Tractor beam is the red button. Keeping the tractor beam, a blip will sound good. I do enjoy a good Ark game. We have one of my favorite, we'll call it sleeper hits. Game I've made some students play is called, I think, 2x2. And we end up playing it because there's a game we use basically as an exercise in intro to game design called Up the River, which is a children's game about drowning. It's a game where you have these boats, and it's kind of like originally the lesson was just supposed to demonstrate sort of simulationism of the river is composed of these sort of slat tiles, and that after everyone takes a turn, and sort of kind of a slightly skillful roll and move game. Not quite a Sid Saxon for kids game, but about that quality. You make some lightly meaningful decisions. But yeah, you're trying to get to the dock first. You have 3 ships, and after everyone's moved, every turn you get to move one of your ships, basically. And then the bottom tile of the river moves and becomes the top tile of the river, which sort of represents the flow of it. But what it also means is that if your ship is on the bottom tile, you of course don't jump to the end of the river. You fall over the waterfall, and that ship is gone forever. Um, we talk about theme and that sort of like reskinning games to make more sense. And the general consensus in my class is that this is the real IP here would be the end of Toy Story 3 when they're all on like the conveyor belt to doom. That is really what's capturing. And yeah, especially because you can often have like two ships toward the end, and then one of them's going to die for like a turn or two ahead of time. And this is a game for ages, I think, 6 and up. It's German. That should have gone without saying. But yeah, after we play that, particularly morbid students who find it amusing enough, I'm like, well, if you like that, let's play 2 by 2. Because this is actually a well-designed, mechanically well-designed game with way more cutesy art than Up the River. Like very cartoon bear, like generic, whatever. Where, you're basically all Noah's Arks type things, and you're going around this big island trying to rescue animals, and it's sort of a set collection game. It's like a fairly clever, I don't know what the actual ages are, maybe 8 and up, 9 and up, like, medium, light medium strategy kind of game. Like, you actually can get good at it. But right, the time limit, it's a little Forbidden Island-y, although more just like, that one's more random tiles going away in the middle of stuff. This is more just the water is going in from the edges, and just, the time limit is the island sinking, and any animals that are there when the water hits that space, well, you can guess what happens. Someday, if I get to do a exhibition of board games, my theme will be children's games where you drown. Because that's just the most, and weirdly, again, both mechanically pretty solid for what they are, and mechanically work for the age group they're aimed at. I would have been utterly traumatized. So anyway, that brings us back to Cosmic Arc here. It's been a half hour, and I've played 2 minutes of Demon Attack, but yeah, that's what you 0 viewers are going to get. I am recording this, so again, the future civilizations will understand. The Atlanteans on the Ark. Okay, watch out for these automatic planetary defense systems. I mean, this is a pretty elaborate, like, again, it's making images in my head. I'm probably just going to be, like, dodging things, I'm guessing. But, okay, regular Cosmic Arc mission. The left difficulty lever controls the width of the arc. I'm pretty sure those are by default just set to the normal. Interesting. Right difficulty is joystick options. Oh, in 2-player games. 1 player battles meteor showers, the other controls the shuttle ship, so you just alternate. Oh, that's nice. Okay, Cosmic Arc it is. And then I guess Atlantis, because that's clearly the sequel. Where is Cosmic Arc? I've just read a lot of rules for naught. Is it in my collection here? That is arcade. This is software, Magic. It is not. Is it in here? This big junk heap of games, probably. There we go. Cosmic Arc. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. So here, you learned how to put things in OpenEmu. Cosmic Arc. That fixed the name for you. OpenEmu is great. All right, there's my arc. There's the boy. Let's, where's my mouse? Let's get big. I think I don't need the instructions. I see the little guys. All right, so phase 1. Oh, God. Okay. It's almost like a rhythm game. I'm fantastic. Okay, I don't want to... I don't want to shoot my shot too soon. Wait, can I move? Oh, there I am. Oh, God, what is... Oh, no, my arc! I mean, that's, okay. Well, now I know I have to leave the arc. Come here, buddy. Come on, come on. Back into the ark. Can I pick up a second one? I don't remember. Yes, I can. Uh-oh, the defense systems. Now that's some points. This part is kind of good. I mean, and it's, you know, it takes 3 seconds, but, like, there is a... Uh-oh. Ah, I see. Here are some defense systems. Okay, so you're gonna... Okay, you're gonna take... Oh, dear. Okay, that's... I don't like that sound. Interesting. Well, I did not help those creatures. Oh, God. Nope. Nope. Come on. Up. Come on, mother... Sorry. I'm gonna rescue one. Oh, it can come from any direction. Well, I can get points for that. I got one guy. Well, now there is only one guy. Is this the same planet? Why is there only one guy? Okay. I guess. Weird. That's... Watch out for the wiggly rock. I'm going to say this is genuinely good. I mean, you know, like Atari games, limited, but it's not easy, and it's not unfairly difficult. It's a little unfairly difficult. Is this my... But my fuel keeps recharging, it seems. I do wish there was... I mean, I guess they're on a basic rhythm, right? That's the idea. Oh, come on. Ha-ha! That was genuinely kind of exciting. And look at all my points. Oh, Wiggly Rock. I don't know if they're really harder. They're just disconcerting. I don't know if this is worth $30 in 1982 money, but, you know. Oh, no. Come on, come on. Oh, look! They're different now. No! Oh, that poor little guy. Oh boy, I did not help these gazelles, whatever they are. Sorry guys. Wiggly! Pure reflex game, but doesn't get, you know, does the job. Why are all these planets so defended? Who's wants to make the animals die? Oh, Wigglies. It's weird how they do seem to slow down as they approach you. I kind of weirdly like it. It's certainly not what you would expect. Oh, come on. Come on, you little weird. Yep. Sorry, buddy. One's enough. Though I'm not sure if that's true. I feel like I don't get the points. Oh, hello, hello. Excuse me. Pardon me. Meteor shower. Alright. And there's only one, so it is like, yeah, you gotta go back. I guess. Yep, and I got the points then. Oh, hey, look, different guys. I mean, it's not, they basically operate in the same manner, so it's not quite like Demon Attack. Yeah, I'm not seeing, this game isn't evolving much, I gotta admit. Colors are changing, that's exciting. You get more wiggly rocks. Sure. What do we got now? Come on. Gotta have some new planetary defenses, right? Oop. Uh-oh. This is not gonna end well. Oop. Made it. Haha. I guess the shooting is shooting more. Oh god, no! Oh, here's another arc. Oh, it's getting fast. Okay. I'm getting tired and bored. I don't know. No, it's definitely depth. It's, yeah, okay. I think, yeah, I have to come back to this when I'm more awake or something, because I'm definitely losing it. This is just mathematically getting above my, oh well, my reflex speed at the moment. Be the ball. All right, one last rep. Ooh, bats! I'm glad I made it this far. Who would not want to rescue these lovely boys? I guess not me. I guess we're going away now. And I guess this is the end, because I... Huh? Hello, friends. Come on. Come on! Why are you so... You're such jerks. Okay, I got one. I mean, in a way, I guess, alright, if you can do this part. Ooh, and I'm charged back up a little. That's good. Yep, there it goes. I mean, it seems like you lose a set amount. So that little sliver's a nice dramatic... Oh, that's an effect. Yep. What was that? That was, oh, the little arc got away. Well, that's nice. I'm going to give this a solid B. Okay. Not going to play it again. Sure. No, go away. Yeah. That is a game that, again, I don't think if I had it as a kid, I would have played it an enormous amount. Probably not as much as, like, Demon Attack. But, you know, the central mechanic works nicely enough. And it actually, you know, the little storyline actually did help, I would say. All right. But now, the fabulous sequel. David Thomas would be proud. Atlantis. Its last installation devastated explosion of fury of fire and radiation. Has someone survived the Gorgon onslaught? Can the cosmic arc repopulate the ocean metropolis? The saga continues. Now, it's also 1982, so it's hard to say. Atlantis and the Gorgon fleet. All right. Oh, no, you know, they're. What's weird? Okay, Imagic's interesting in that they're the one really strong post-Activision third-party company, right? I'll again expound a little bit, sort of practice for the fall. That Activision starts, it's a bunch of disgruntled Atari employees. Anyone who bothered to watch this probably knows about Warren Robinette and Adventure and the little hidden dot that, you know, unless you find a little room that says this game was made by Warren Robinette, fuck Atari. Doesn't say that, but kind of does. Right, because he put it in there without them knowing about it, and he wanted, you know, the artist stamp. I believe this comes up in the Ready Player One movie, which I only know by hearsay, thank God. But anyway, so he's not one of the people. He goes on, he leaves anyway. I think he founds or is a big part of the learning company who make Rocky's Boots and Robot Odyssey, which are really interesting, kind of like proto-Zachtronics education games. But four of the programmers who've made a lot of Atari's biggest non-arcade, I mean, their biggest hits are like Space Invaders, are the arcade ports. But, you know, the guy who makes, I don't know, whatever, bowling, slot racers, you know, these games that are like 60% of Atari sales in total, of these four guys, they're all making $20,000 a year, getting no royalties. They approach Ray Kassar, who at that point is the head of Atari after Nolan Bushnell has sold it to Warner Brothers. And they're like, we want some points on this. And he's like, I could replace, you know, whatever. You're, I think the quote is something like, you know, you're no less replaceable than like the people on the assembly line. And admittedly, they're more technicians than creative. If you look at the games that they have made, a lot of them are, they're constrained by the Atari. I wouldn't say any of the ones that they made at Atari are as imaginative as Cosmic Arc, even. But, they're like, it's a very rarefied skill to be able to program an Atari. So they are artists in a sense. And they leave, and they know how to do this stuff better than pretty much anyone else. So they find basically a venture capitalist, and they start Activision. They immediately get sued by Atari. This is actually incredibly seminal. Like the idea that a third party could make games for your console had not actually been established at that point, and Atari sued the hell out of them. But they were so immediately successful, and this is way pre-Pitfall. This is, I think, their first 4 games are Fishing Derby, boxing, maybe Dragster. They're not bad, but they're not the super impressive ones that people tend to remember. Although Fishing Derby is, at that point, certainly kind of the cutest game on the most cartoony game on the Atari, one could say. But they're like 4K, not 8K games at that point. Maybe even 2. Maybe they're 2K. I don't remember. It's one of those things I'll have to look up. But yeah, they make enough money immediately that they basically, set aside $20 million for, law or whatever. They fend off the Atari suit. There ends up being a settlement that allows them to make these third-party games. But it kind of establishes a precedent, and then that's when the gold rush happens, and really probably more than, certainly, I think, E.T. gets a hard rap. I'm not going to play that game tonight because it's not a Magic. It is a pretty good game with some problems. It is not a terrible game, I don't think. Certainly the collision detection of the pits is incredibly frustrating, but there is a version that someone did online where they fixed that. And once you get that out of the way, it's like a good B+ post-adventure. I think it's better than the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is actually Howard Warshaw's previous kind of post-adventure adventure game. Probably better than the Sword Quest games. Anyway, but E.T. and Pac-Man, and maybe even more so, certainly dampen people's enthusiasm for Atari as a seal of quality. But the big thing is that you do just get the gold rush of 8 million different companies, from Activision, then to Imagic, who are basically the third-party one that I think might be other ex-Atari employees or something like that. But they know what they're doing, and their games are, as you can see, solid. And then U.S. Games makes a couple of that aren't too bad. I think if there's any others that spring to mind, but then you get down to the porn games or whatever. And that's a decent synecdoche for just the Deluge. Right, 20th Century Fox here has their Alien game. I'm sure it's fantastic. Mattel, right? They're making games for the Intellivision, but then they're porting them in lesser versions to the Atari. Although I think Astro Blast on the Atari is actually pretty good. But anyway, yeah. So Imagic occupies a peculiar place, as you can see. Right, Atari had their very not photorealistic, but very painterly covers. Right, Activision responds with the sort of bold lines and the very kind of stylized new wave kind of cartoony look. And Imagic, of course, has their trademark silver boxes with these kind of weird models or something, but they're cool. I don't know if I like Imagic better than Activision, but I feel like these games, you don't hear Trickshot talked about too much, that's for sure. But even, Riddle of the Sphinx. I'm working my way up to that. I'm going to play that before I go to sleep. But first, let's do Atlantis, because that is the sequel. Okay. Defend Atlantis? Sure. But right, I want to give them a little respect. They wrote a story here. The last story made relative sense. So the major districts of the city, the Aqua Plain, the Domed Palace, and the Bridged Bazaar, murmur with activity while vital generators whirl. 3 defense posts guard the skies over the metropolis. An ominous sound penetrates the sea surrounding the city. The Gorgon fleet Fierce warriors intent on demolishing Atlantis, don't know why, attack in force. How long can the city withstand the assault? Okay, so defend it, blast the Gorgon vessels where they come close enough to demolish Atlantis with the Death Ray. Score a big... is this Missile Command? This may be Missile Command. But I bet they've got their twist on it. I do... Yeah, you got a little Dome Palace, you got the Aquaplane, the Bridge Bazaar. I do like their world building. All right. Put the cartridge in. Label up. Important. Don't think it would fit otherwise. Turn power switch to on. Gotcha. I think I can handle all this. The 3 Atlantis... It is! Okay, so this is basically... Because Missile Command in the arcades, you have 3 missile bases, and you've got 3 separate buttons for those missile bases, and the trackball, and, you know, if a enemy missile hits one of them, you can't use that base anymore, or if it runs out of ammo, the center one's kind of the fastest, because it's in the center. You know, it's one of the clever aspects, whereas in Atari 2600 Missile Command, there's just the center one, and basically has 3 loads of 10 shots each, or whatever. So if a missile hits it, you lose the current load. And the next one loads up, and when you're out of that, you're done, and all your cities are going to get blown up. So far, this strikes me as, okay, you know, someone trying to one-up the Atari Missile Command. In a way, I mean, a lot of the Activision games, I mean, if you put them side by side, like Chopper Command is better than Defender, Star Master is probably better than Atari 2600 Star Raiders. Like, they're pretty clearly kind of ripping them off and one-upping them. And, yeah, this could be that, right? So to fire left sentry post, but the difference is that in Missile Command, you're using the joystick to move the cursor around the screen, or the trackball in the arcade, whereas here, I am seeing that, you know, you can fire the left sentry post, fire the right sentry post, or fire the center one by not moving the joystick. But that's it. Interesting. So we've lost the ability to aim, and we're just going to... Is this kind of... Maybe this is like target fun, air-sea battle? Okay, does not increase as fast. The real challenge... Yeah, let's do the real challenge, because... I'm tired. It's 11:30, but I'm going to keep going. My 0 viewers demand it. Okay, the drone of Gorgon vessels can always be heard. That's what they say. My weapon-powered drones had all other sounds, sure. The Gorgon bandit bombers make a... Okay, tactical tips, there we go. And there's beeps that mark the end of a wave. Excellent. They stay in formation. They can only fire the death ray when close to the city, blast them before they reach the 4th lane of approach. Man-post can knock out a Gorgon vessel while it's firing the death ray. Woo. Risk letting the bandit bombers get close to the planet's surface. If you hit one, then you'll demolish all the Gorgons in formation behind it. Okay, I mean, you shoot the things, right? That's the sense I'm getting. All right, Atlantis. It does look good. Man, this, for a Atari 2600 game, pretty neat. Let's do it. All right, 100 points, baby. 200 points. Now we're cooking with power. I see. Yeah, it's a really slick... But even in air-sea battle / as I know it, target fun, because I had a Sears Atari. Oh, God, you. I do not like the fact that I mean, there you could change the angle. Here, you've got... Sure. Oh, hello. I mean, you can... Okay, you have unlimited shots, and you can certainly just lay down... Yeah. Okay. It does look good. I like these little ships. I like my little landscape. Okay. Where's the death ray? I mean, I'm sure it'll get hard very soon. But, yeah, I'm going to say that, yep. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You're no cosmic arc. Sorry, Atlantis. You look real nice, though. Right, so that's the bandit bomber that I can use to explode the other guys, but it really hasn't come up yet, because I'm just Mr. Too Damn Good. Uh-oh. Okay, I am not as... really remarkable how quickly I tend to get my comeuppance. Okay, well, those are back. And I'm trying to defend... There's the power gen... Are those little spinning things power generators or something? I don't really understand. I'm just shooting stuff, as you can probably tell. Oh, yep, there goes the center one. Give it back. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. You're very fast. Up. A Pyrrhic victory. And have I lost the bazaar or whatever? I've definitely... Oh, there goes... No. The glass plane or whatever. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Missile Command meets Air Sea Battle, and who cares? But it looks nice. And, oh, there goes the little guy. Okay, I'm going to call that a solid C+. Worth looking at. All right. Well, on to the main event. Dragonfire can wait. I have promised Riddle of the Sphinx, and by God, you're going to get Riddle of the Sphinx. Okay, this is where I left off, which is not actually having started the game. Okay, so this one actually has got some stuff going on. So let's fathom we'll deal with next time. Right. Hieroglyphics on ancient obelisk tell a strange tale. These are dark times. Atlantis has been destroyed. Death's long shadow rests across the Valley of the Kings. Anubis, jackal-headed god of the dead, sounds rude, has cast his curse over all of Pharaoh's kingdom. A plague of scorpions and hordes of thieves lie thick upon the land. Oh, hear the thin whine of despair. This is good copywriting. Sing of Pharaoh's son, all hail the Prince of Egypt. Deliver us from this curse. Deliver us from this curse. Braze the dangers of the desert. Seek the answer of the riddle of the Sphinx. Pay Anubis' ransom with your treasures, O cunning Prince of Wiles. Spelled Wales, I think. Reach the Temple of Ra, source of light and life. Pharaoh's heir, be wise, be wily, and beware. Designed by Bob Smith. I don't remember why I know that name, but I know that name. I mean, Bob Smith. But no, I think he did something else. Don't remember what. Travel back to ancient Egypt. I don't mind if I do. Pharaoh's kingdom languishes under a vile curse. His son, Egypt's heir, right, we know this. Solve the riddle of Sphinx, barters with nomad traders. Yes, I recall this. Some give him gifts and artifacts, some steal. Armed royal with a sling and rocks, the son of Egypt combats marauding thieves and deadly scorpions. His trials earn him inner strength. Oases refresh his thirst. Time heals his wounds. Time heals all wounds, as they say. Approaching sacred monuments, the pyramids, the temples of Isis Anubis, the inscrutable Sphinx. Pharaoh's prince seeks to make the correct offering. Right, that's the puzzles, is sort of randomized what items each thing wants. I don't think there's any deep way to figure it out, but I think you can mitigate the risk of trial and error at least, and that's more the strategy. So yeah, if you please him, you get more stuff, and you hope to possess the treasure that will open the temple to him, liberating Egypt of Pharaoh's Anubis' fierce curse. These things weigh on the young prince. He reviews his purpose. Sure, to lift the curse, prove himself a worthy successor to Pharaoh, you must gain as many inner strength points as possible. Complete his quest as rapidly as he can. Collect all the treasures he can find. Reach the Temple of Ra. The son of Pharaoh girds his loins. He prepares to confront his fate on the timeless sands that are Europe. Okay. So, right. Black and white color lever to color will show me time. Wow. This is deep. Okay, so the black and white color lever that's how I get stats to slow the action. Good gravy. I don't even know what those buttons are. So let's, and right, I got to set up joystick 2 for this bad boy. Okay, player 2. We're going to just make that stuff. Okay, and player 1. Okay, console reset return. Sure, select. Cure. Okay, QWERTY. Okay, I won't remember what's what, but I'll figure it out. I guess I can leave this up for now. So the color in black and white is at the end, and then the difficulties. All right, I'm definitely going to leave this cheat sheet up, but let's keep going. Okay, the prince appears at the bottom of the game screen above the score. The prince is controlled with the left joystick. There are many camels, palm trees, and obelisks. Well, stereotypical, but sure. Must move around them. He sometimes starts behind them to avoid enemies or to surprise them. Is there a line of sight? That'd be amazing. And yeah, rocks don't go through them. I got unlimited rocks. When wounded or thirsty, you cannot throw as far. You can only sling rocks forward. When moving back, you're defenseless until enemies move past them. So, thirst is bad. Thirst slows you down. Right, I recall that, like, you die just by not moving anymore or something, right? Your wounds slow you down, make rocks difficult to throw. Yeah, it's an interesting feedback loop. 6 oases. I don't remember there were 6 of them, so you must stop, you must drink. Yeah, oases are basically healing. Set the black and white color lever to black and white. Sure. Time, as we know, heals wounds, but of course you're trying to use up time. Sure. Dance into the deserts. Thieves, you suck. Hit them with the rock. Don't let them touch you. Scorpions, definitely don't let them touch you. Hit them with a rock. Nomad traders, don't hit them with a rock. And right, and they're kind of a rubber band. If you don't have much stuff, they'll give you stuff. If you got a lot of stuff, they'll just take your stuff. Right, Isis, we already talked about kissing her feet to show her grateful respect. Whereas Anubis, you do not want to do that with. Do not hit either of them with a rock. Don't throw rocks at the gods. I think that is the lesson of most religions. And then you get a bunch of treasures, and this is, right, where you use the right joystick. The right joystick controls the black box. I guess the button doesn't do anything. The prince tries always to keep it from being... The staff retains magical powers. Okay. Press right button on right joystick to use the jug. So sometimes, or the leaf for healing. But I guess the shield is basically a passive. I guess the staff is a passive. Maybe it better rocks. The spade, you dig to use it to cover the black box. And you can hold the right button there. Lean on the... I'm sorry. Lean on the left joystick while pressing the right joystick, so on and so forth. Okay, this is the good stuff. Oh yeah, I remember the scepter, makes you fast. The necklace shields you, the goblet cannot be used up. Then they're really good. And then other treasures seem to be valuable and can be offered, and those seem to be the solutions. And then, right, avoid youthful folly, make sacrifices, cover it with the black box, approach reverently from below. Okay, you can try different stuff, and if you make the right thing, you might get a different treasure. That is not a pyramid, but it's fine. Okay. Her temple offer a gift worthy. So maybe they are the same ones, and I just was a small child and didn't remember. The Sphinx. And you gotta offer things. Offer that which stands yet cannot stand, which journeys far yet has no legs. I guess the staff, maybe? That is the riddle of the Sphinx. It's in the instruction manual. You must make a certain thing will do this stuff. Maybe I did figure this out, I just don't remember. Okay. So what are the different games? Is there one that randomizes it? Because that seems like that would happen. It doesn't seem to say. because I just, though unnecessary in game 1. So I don't want to play game 1 because game 1 is the chump version. There's one of 3 games. Can you tell me what those 3 games are by any chance? Anywhere? Huh. But why would you do that? Game number appears, but what? Okay. Let's see if there's an easy answer online. I feel like someone with a Atari age might have some advice here. I don't know. I found a solution. It's for game 3, the hardest. Okay. Let's try game 2, the mediumist. I think the just order of difficulty. There we go. Game 2. All right. I'm going to put the manual up here because I'm definitely going to want to consult it. Because, so, let us begin. Uh-oh. I know, you're a thief. Ah. You are a traitor. And I stole the shield. And you gave me a leaf, because you're nice. I'm pretty sure I don't have any objects. The temple's not going to want my shield or my leaf. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Oh, I mistook you for a thief. Okay, and this is, what did I just do? My wound and thirst scores. I'm getting, did I just beat up another dude? I got hit. Oh, that's definitely not my wound score, because I'm getting wounded. How do you do this? That's my time. To slow action. Oh, I don't like you. Am I slowing the action? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh boy. Don't shoot Anubis. But maybe... Yay! Hey, a spade. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hello, Thibble. Uh-oh. What'd you do? You restarted the game. Good boy. Good boy. You know, it is midnight. Or no, it's 11:43. This is a good game, but I gotta think too much for it. So I'm gonna call the night. But yeah, I'm gonna come back. I'll do the rest of the Imagic stuff. Maybe next time or sometime soon, because it's good. And yeah, there's only 1 week of the console games, but they're, you know, very quick to sort of get the gist of, and I like having kind of the broad knowledge of, you know, the Imagic catalog is, what, 8 games or something? So, anyway, you want attention, don't you? Hello. Hello. This is what Twitch is really about. In class today, when the students were in lab, I just put a Twitch stream up of kittens. There's a bunch of kittens. The mama cat came in. They did some nursing. They did some tussling. It was nice. Anytime a student got stressed in their discussion about their game not working or whatever, they could just look up at the big TV, see some kitty cats. So, all right, there we are, buddy. Let's say goodbye to all the people in the future. We'll learn about our civilization from this video. All right, we'll just close Twitch on there. Good job.